Hello and welcome to MyScience Tutorials. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. Before we begin, if you are new to MyScience Tutorials, kindly consider subscribing and pressing that notification button so that you do not miss any of our latest tutorials on biology, chemistry, mathematics, and physics. So let's begin. So to find the inverse of a matrix, what we need to do is, for instance, let's have the matrix A is equal to, then we have A, B, C, and D. The inverse of the matrix A can be rewritten as what? A raised to the power -1, or A inverse, and then this is given to us by the formula 1 over det A, where det A is the determinant of A multiplied by, then what we have over here, the element we have over here, we interchange the position of A and D, so it becomes what? D and A over here. Then we negate the other diagonal, so it becomes -B and then C. Okay, so this is how we find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. So let's have a look at an example. So assuming we have the matrix A is equal to 3, 1 and then 2, 5. Okay, and we have to find the inverse of this matrix. So for us to find the inverse of this matrix, let's look at how we are going to go around doing that. So we know the formula for finding the inverse of a matrix is A inverse is equal to 1 over det A, then multiplied by, then we interchange the leading diagonal, and then we negate, sorry, this is supposed to be -C, then we negate the following diagonal. Okay, so what it means is that for over here, our A inverse is going to be what? 1 over det A, which is the determinant of A, multiplied by, if we interchange the position of the leading diagonal, here will become 5 and this side will become 3. Then we negate the following diagonal, so it becomes -1, -2. Okay, so now let's find the determinant of A. The determinant of A, which is that A, is equal to, then we multiply the leading diagonal, that is what? 5 multiplied by 3, then minus, then the following diagonal, which is 2 multiplied by 1. So this is what? 15 minus 2, and this is what? 13. So the determinant of A is 13. So now that we have the determinant of A to be 13, it means our A inverse is equal to 1 over the determinant of A, which is 13, then multiplied by what? 5, -1, -2, and 3. Okay, so it means our A inverse is simply 1 multiplied by 1 over 13 multiplied by 5 will give us what? 5 on 13. Then 1 on 13 multiplied by -1 will give us what? -1 on 13. Then 1 on 13 multiplied by -2 will give us -2 on 13. And then 1 on 13 multiplied by 3 will give us what? 3 on 13. So this becomes what? The inverse, okay, of the matrix A over here. So let's have a look at another example. So we have matrix B given to us by B is equal to, then we have the elements 3, -2, then 7 and 4. So we have to find what? B inverse. So what it means is that the inverse of B is equal to what? 1 over det B, okay, multiplied by, then we interchange the position of the leading diagonal, so it becomes what? 4 and 3. Then we negate these two following diagonals. So if we negate -2, it becomes +2. We negate 7, it becomes what? -7. Okay, now we need to find the determinant of B. To find the determinant of B, the determinant of B is equal to the product of the leading diagonal minus the product of the following diagonal. So it's going to be 3 multiplied by 4. So we have 3 multiplied by 4, then minus, then the following diagonal, which is 7 multiplied by what? -2. So this is going to give me 12 minus 7 multiplied by -2 give me what? -14. So this becomes 12 plus 14, and that is equal to what? 26. So it means our determinant of B is 26. So which simply means our B inverse, okay, or our inverse of B is equal to 1 over 26 multiplied by what? 4, 2, negative 7, and 3. This is 2. Okay, so our B inverse is equal to, now if you multiply 1 on 26 by 4, we are going to get what? 4 on 26. Okay, and then if you multiply 1 on 26 by 2, we are going to get what? 2 on what? 26. Now if you multiply 1 on 26 by 7, negative 7, we are going to get negative 7 on 26. And if we multiply 1 on 26 by 3, we are going to get 3 on what? 26. Now we can simplify this matrix. 2 will go into 4 2 times, 2 will go into what? 26 13 times. So we have 2 over 13 over here. 2 will go into itself 1, it will go here 13. So we have 1 over 13 over here. These guys cannot divide each other. No, we don't have any number that can go into 2. And then we don't have any value that can go into these 2 as well to simplify them. So it means our B inverse, or the inverse of B, is the matrix 2 on 13, 1 on 13, negative 7 on 26, and then 3 on 26. 3 on 26. So this becomes the inverse of the matrix what? B. So thank you so much for watching. This is how we find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.